This is a 417-foot sailing yacht. It reportedly cost $500 million. It is so tall it doesn't fit under most bridges on Earth. And to the man who owns it, this is a rounding error. Because Jeff Bezos doesn't just own a yacht. Look around your house. The box on your porch, the doorbell watching your street, the show you're streaming, and the invisible servers it streams from. One company touches all of it. One man built it in a rented garage. This is the story of the everything store and what $250 billion actually buys. In 1994, Jeff Bezos had a safe, high-paying job at a Wall Street hedge fund. Then he saw one number. The web was growing 2,300% a year. He used what he called a regret minimization framework. Imagine yourself at 80 and pick the choice you'd regret less. He quit, drove west, and started a company in the garage of a rented house in Bellevue, Washington. He first named it Cadabra until a lawyer misheard it as cadaver. He almost called it Relentless. Type relentless.com today. It still opens Amazon. On July 16, 1995, the store opened. It sold books. 2 years later, it went public. $18 a share. Then the dot-com crash wiped out almost every online rival. Amazon survived. Because Bezos was never really selling books, books were the wedge. The strategy, as reported by his biographer, was blunt. Get big fast, grow at all costs, take the losses, outlast everyone. His philosophy was day one, stay hungry like a startup. Day two, he warned, is stasis, then irrelevance, then death. Today, that bookstore is a colossus, $716 billion in sales, and around 1.5 million employees, a workforce bigger than most armies. Critics point to how it plays offense. In 2010, it slashed prices against a rival, diapers.com, then bought it. A congressional email shows an executive vowing to win, quote, no matter what the cost. Amazon says it was normal competition and regulators cleared the deal. But here's the twist. The store everyone sees isn't where the money is. In 2006, Amazon quietly launched AWS, renting out raw computing power. It invented the modern cloud. Today, AWS is the biggest cloud on Earth, around 30% of the entire market, ahead of Microsoft and Google. And this is the secret. AWS is a sliver of Amazon's sales, but it throws off the majority of its profit. Roughly $45 billion in a single year. A huge chunk of the internet you use every day quietly runs on Amazon servers. The store was the disguise. The cloud is the empire. And the empire kept spreading. More than half of everything sold on Amazon now comes from independent sellers. Around 200 million Americans pay for Prime. It bought Whole Foods for $13.7 billion. It bought MGM, the James Bond Library, for $8.5 billion. And in 2013, Bezos personally, not Amazon, bought the Washington Post, one of the most powerful newspapers in America, for $250 million. Then there's the doorbell. Reporting by the Markup and the Washington Post found Amazon's Ring had partnered with roughly 2,600 U.S. police departments. Officers could request footage from your camera. In 2023, Amazon paid over $30 million to settle privacy claims. And where does the money point? Up. Bezos self-funds Blue Origin, his rocket company, reportedly $1 billion a year, chasing his real dream, humanity in space. But the everything store runs on something, and labor groups say it runs on people. According to the Strategic Organizing Center, a coalition of labor unions, Amazon's serious injury rate ran roughly double other large warehouses. Amazon rejects that. It says it has spent over $2 billion on safety since 2019, and its injury rate is falling. In December 2024, a U.S. Senate committee led by Bernie Sanders concluded Amazon manipulated its injury data and steered hurt workers away from outside care. Amazon called the report wrong on the facts. Drivers have reported being so rushed they urinated in bottles. Amazon denied it. then apologized, calling its own tweet an own goal. In 2022, a warehouse on Staten Island became the first in America to unionize. Years later, there's still no contract. Amazon is fighting it in court. So what does all of this buy the man at the top? As of 2026, Jeff Bezos is worth around $250 billion. By Forbes and Bloomberg's counts, one of the 2 or 3 richest people alive. His 2019 divorce handed Mackenzie Scott about 4% of Amazon, worth some $38 billion, one of the largest settlements in history. She's since given away $26 billion. The yacht Koru reportedly cost $500 million, with $30 million a year just in upkeep and a second ship built to follow it around. The 2025 wedding in Venice, a 3-day spectacle estimated at up to $56 million, 90 private jets, and protest banners reading, "No space for Bezos." The homes, a $165 million Beverly Hills estate, the most conspicuous fortune of the age. But the machine that built all of this is now on trial. In September 2023, the FTC and 17 states sued Amazon, alleging it illegally maintains a monopoly. Amazon denies it. The case has not been decided. It goes to trial in 2027. The FTC alleges a secret pricing algorithm, codenamed Project Nessie, that it says generated over $1 billion in extra profit. In a separate case, Amazon agreed to pay $2.5 billion to settle claims it made Prime hard to cancel. It admitted no wrongdoing. And the tax? ProPublica, using leaked IRS records, reported Bezos paid a tax rate of about 1% and 0 federal income tax in 2 separate years. All of it legal. He no longer runs the store. He handed it off, stepped back, and pointed at the stars. Earth is finite, he said. Space is the only way to go. He built a company that reaches into your cart, your street, your screen, and the servers behind all of them. That's what money buys, not things. A world you're already living inside.